It's the late spring season. The sun warms the earth, and flowers bloom everywhere, offering their nectar like nature's fancy all-you-can-eat buffet. It's beautiful, idyllic even. Too bad you're not here to enjoy it yet because you're stuck inside a tiny shell, floating in a pool of your own goo. Congratulations, you're a butterfly egg. Just a few days ago, your mom landed on a random leaf, deposited you and 100 of your soon-to-be siblings, and flew off without even a backward glance. Thanks, Mom. The harsh reality of butterfly parenting is simple. She laid you there not because she cared, but because it was convenient. If that particular leaf is toxic or gets eaten by a passing herbivore, well, tough luck. Nature doesn't hand out refunds. After a week of sitting there, vulnerable to predators like ants and birds, you finally hatch. Great, right? Freedom. Except, no, it's not great. Because you're not even a butterfly yet. You're a caterpillar, a tiny, squishy, worm-like creature with a face only a mother could love. But yours is already halfway across the meadow, probably laying more eggs somewhere else. You're soft, defenseless, and delicious. To everything around you, you're basically a protein bar with legs. The moment you wiggle out of your egg, the clock starts ticking. You've got about 2 weeks to eat as much as possible or die trying. That's your entire mission. Consume, grow, and avoid becoming lunch. No time to enjoy the sunshine or make friends. Just shove leaves into your face 24/7. Oh, and it's not like the leaf buffet is always safe either. Spiders, wasps, and birds are watching, ready to snatch you up the second you take a bite. That weird rustling sound? That's a bird, probably planning to skewer you with its beak. You better hope your leaf has good cover, because camouflage is your only defense. You don't have claws, venom, or even speed. Your best strategy is to sit still and hope nobody notices your chunky, leaf-munching self. And don't even get me started on the molting process. Every time you grow too big for your current skin, you've got to shed it like a snake. Sounds cool? It's not. It's itchy, awkward, and gross. You're literally crawling out of your old self, leaving behind a shriveled husk. And here's the kicker. You're so hungry, you eat the discarded skin. Because why not? Recycling is important when your life is basically a never-ending eating competition. But just when you think you've gotten the hang of caterpillar life, everything changes. One day, you feel an overwhelming urge to stop eating. Instead, you start wandering around, looking for a good spot to hang upside down. Why? Because it's time for the big transformation, the metamorphosis, the moment every nature documentary loves to romanticize. But here's what those documentaries won't tell you. Becoming a butterfly is horrifying. First, you spin a little silk pad and attach yourself to a branch or leaf. Then, you molt one last time. But instead of just shedding skin, your body starts liquefying inside a hard shell called a chrysalis. Yes, liquefying, you dissolve into bug soup. Your organs break down. Your entire body is reduced to a gooey mess. If you had thoughts or feelings as a caterpillar, well, too bad. They're gone now. You're literally a smoothie inside a shell. For 2 weeks, you hang there completely defenseless. You can't move. You can't fight. You can't even scream for help. If a bird or a predator finds you, it's game over. And they will find you because you're basically a dangling snack pack just waiting to be plucked. Finally, after what feels like an eternity, you emerge from the chrysalis. Ta-da! You're a butterfly now, a delicate, beautiful, winged creature. Except, hold on, your wings are wet, crumpled, and completely useless. You're sitting there like a soggy piece of paper, waiting for them to dry and harden. And guess what? You're still vulnerable. Birds, lizards, and even ants are like, hey look, fresh meat. When your wings finally dry, you take your first flight. Freedom, independence, you're living the dream. But don't get too excited, because now you've got a whole new set of problems. First, there's your lifespan. Most butterflies live for about 2 weeks, maybe a month if you're lucky. That's it. Your time on Earth is shorter than the average Netflix series. And during those precious few weeks, your main goal is to find a mate, lay eggs, and die. Romantic, isn't it? But finding a mate isn't as simple as fluttering around and saying, "Hey, want to make more butterflies?" No, no. You've got to perform elaborate courtship dances, release pheromones, and prove you're genetically superior. This means competing with other males who are just as desperate as you are. It's like The Bachelor, but with more wing flapping and fewer roses. And let's not forget about predators. Sure, you can fly now, but that doesn't make you invincible. Birds, spiders, and even frogs are constantly on the lookout for a butterfly-shaped snack. Your bright, colorful wings might look pretty to humans, but to predators, they're basically a neon sign that says, "Eat me." Some butterflies have evolved camouflage or fake eye spots to scare off predators. But let's be real, most of them still end up as lunch. Then there's the weather. Rain, you're grounded. Strong winds, you're toast. Butterflies are so lightweight that even a gentle breeze can throw you off course. And if you're unlucky enough to get caught in a storm, well, good luck. You'll probably end up plastered to the side of a tree or drowned in a puddle. And don't even think about taking it easy. You're constantly on the move, searching for nectar to fuel your tiny, fluttering body. Nectar is your lifeline, but flowers aren't always easy to find. Some days, you'll travel miles just to find a decent meal. It's exhausting. Imagine being a marathon runner who has to stop every few minutes to refuel. Except your fuel is sugary flower juice, and half the time you're competing with bees for it. But let's say you manage to find a mate, lay eggs, and avoid becoming bird food. Congratulations! You've successfully completed the butterfly life cycle. Too bad you'll probably drop dead shortly afterward. Butterflies don't get to retire or bask in their achievements. Once you've done your part for the species, nature tosses you aside like yesterday's leftovers. So, next time you see a butterfly fluttering by, take a moment to appreciate the sheer determination it took to get there. That little insect has been through hell and back, all for a fleeting moment in the sun. And then, as you admire its delicate beauty, remind yourself, at least, you're not a butterfly.